And the Salvos, of course, had the detox centre on the corner of the square.
They did. All of our people used to go there to detox.
Yeah.
We'd say, we're not taking you until you've been to detox. Yeah. And then we'd take them up to.
And there's St Vinny's then, on the square as well.
Took them at night time.
They used to have to queue up, and once they were full, the door was shut.
Well, they gave them a meal, evening meal, a bed, and then breakfast.
Yes.
And then they'd come to us. Yes. We looked after them from 7:30 in the morning till 12. And then they go to you for lunch, and about 1:30 they wander back to us till 4:35.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It was institutionalised, but we shared the load.
Yeah.
They just kept going round and round the circles. I remember George working at the mission because we had a working relationship.
Yes, indeed.
We used to take in these guys.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Off the street.
Yeah.
Do you remember any of them at all?
I can't remember his name, but I recognise.
He's Bobo.
Yeah.
That's Clary, remember?
Yes, I remember Clary.
Oh, Clary.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, these guys, they were sitting on the street there.
Real
drinking their grog every morning.
Yeah.
And I tell you, there's a story about this.
Yeah.
They used to do this outside right court in the morning. They'd start there about 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
And their little ring would get a little ring, and they'd pass this flagon around. And they'd get drunker and drunker and drunker. By 10 o'clock, someone would stagger into the day centre and punch someone in the face.
Yes, that's right. So
I went out one morning and stood in the middle of this bunch and I said, "Listen, guys, we're gonna do something different. From now on, you're not going to be able to use the centre if you drink outside the door.
Right.
I'm going to ban you. You're not going to come in for a shower or a cup of coffee. I want you to take your drinking party somewhere else."
Move it. Yes.
And guess where they moved it to? In front of the Hilton Hotel on Square.
Victorious.
And for 10 years that I worked with these people on the street, they respected me for that, but they never brought their drinking down near the centre again. Oh, how about this bloke? George.
Yes, I remember George, yes. He was a very quiet, placid guy, yes. And that's you, isn't it?
That's me. A bit younger.
I'm going to say, yes.
A bit younger. Yeah. Oh, dear old George. There's a story about him and his cups.
But he was quite a reliable guy.
Oh, he came every day.
Yes,
and he washed cups six days a week.
Yeah.
And after 5 years, I got on the calculator and worked out we had 180 people come every day.
Yes.
So I calculated they had 2 cups of coffee.
Yeah.
And then he washed over 1 million cups.
Yeah.
And I said, "George, do you mind if we do a story on this?" And he said, "Oh, that's all right."
Yeah.
All right, we did a story to raise public awareness, and the advertiser came down and filmed George. They made us put all the cups on the ground, sat him on the floor with all these cups around him, and he got on a ladder and took a photo and stuck him in the paper. And on the Saturday morning when it came out in the paper, this woman rings up the centre and she said, "Is that man in the paper today, George?" I said, "Yes, it is." She said, "That's my dad.
Whoa.
I haven't seen him for 20 years.
Whoa.
And I want to see him."
Yeah.
So he had a beautiful reunion with his daughter.
Yeah.
Wonderful time. And he's dead now. He died at home, and we got him a little flat down in Mansfield Park.
Yeah.
But he did get reunited with his daughter and his grandchildren that he didn't even know he had.
That's lovely.
So lovely stuff.
Yeah.
But we used to get a great relief from you because at 12 o'clock we shut the door.
You shut the door and we'd get them all.
And they went down to George for lunch.
For lunch, yes.
Well, they must have just streamed in there.
Oh, they did, yes.
Streamed in.
Yeah.
And you fed them all.
And there afterwards would be a bit of a rumble outside, like, arguing about something and fighting. So we used to try and organise it that you came in and you respected the place and all the people in it, staff and other clients.
Oh.
Yeah. The main motivator for trouble was alcohol.
Oh, absolutely.
I motivated them they became different people and they began to be angry, or they could,
I think methylated spirits drinkers were the worst.
Yes. Yeah.
Their aggression levels would rise so quickly.
Huge, yeah.
Did you notice that too?
Yeah.
And do you remember Tiny?
Tiny, yes, I remember Tiny. She was very drunk one day. On the approach, somebody had told me that she was coming in for lunch, and she was as drunk as a skunk, and so and she would only cause problems in the dining room, you see. And so I went out to talk with her, and I said, Tiny, I really, and the next thing, whack, she whacked me on the side of the head. Oh, dear me.
Now, she was called Tiny because she was.
Yeah. She could pack a punch.
Oh, did she ever? Yeah. And then, of course, 2 seconds later, she's all over me saying, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that, and, you know, so it's, but it's the alcohol that drove some of these people into.
Yeah, there was a very sad young man, mental health issue.
Yeah.
Paul, his mother used to ring Wright Court and ask if we'd seen him. She had the phone numbers of every outreach place in all the cities.
Yeah.
And
so she could catch up where he was.
And he would often turn up, and we'd say, well, Paul's here and he's on his medication and everything's fine, and that's all she wanted to know. Just wanted to know where her boy was.
It was a good time. We were there for 10 years altogether.
Yeah. Well, it's a bit like a sailor. The salt gets into their blood, and if you were working with people who have real needs, I think it gets into your blood a bit as well. I think you know, the Lord gives you that sense of being where you should be. You know, and
you're in the sweet spot.
Yes. Yeah. Even though it's a difficult one, you know.
How long did you spend in the Baptist mission? Can you remember?
About 12 years, I think.
12 years,
yes, about 12 years, yes.
And ranking that amongst all your other work experiences, how would you rank that?
Well, if I was to give it in terms of job satisfaction, I'd rank it 10 out of 10. Yes. But if you say about how wearing it is, then it would have to be 20 out of 10, like, you know, because it's a very
demanding work.
Very demanding.
I remember once I had a young man who was an ex-criminal, and he was so mad, and I said, you can't have that violence in that centre, you won't be able to come to the centre anymore. Well, he sought me out, he stalked me, and he came to the markets where I was having lunch in the food hall there.
Right.
And he came over there and spat in my food. Spat in my food. But the good story about him is that although he threatened to kill me, he said, you're dead meat, you know, he looked at you and said, you are dead meat. He found Christ eventually, and he sought me out then to apologise for all the damage that he caused me. Wonderful to hear that.
It's only a divine intervention can change these very, very difficult lives that they're living, almost living two lives, it's only a divine intervention.
We saw so many people's lives totally changed, and wonderful to see that. Not all of them. I mean, 80% of them were homeless for years.
Yes.
But a few of them changed, like David Kelly's story. He ended up as a Baptist minister. How wonderful that is.
Lovely,
but no, it was a good time, and I'd rank my time at the mission 10 out of 10 too. It was
absolutely
really good.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, in one sense, it was a privilege to be on the front line.
Absolutely.
And you could only be on that front line by the grace of God in your life, you know. And
the first day I was there, I had a knife. A bloke came up to me with a knife, and he stuck it up my belly. He said, "You want to see your guts?" I said, "What do I do here, Lord?" And I just said, "Put that knife away. I don't talk to people with knives." And he, "Oh, sorry, sir." And then the next couple of days, really I had a battle. The first week was the worst. The next day, there's a fist came right through my office door without it opening. Suddenly there's a fist in my office door. Oh dear, anger.
And at the time, it's you think you're in an unmanageable situation, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, when we look back on it now, we can have a laugh over
That's
some of
right.
these things, but you weren't laughing then. No, no.
Mate.
Yeah.
We were terrified, and we knew that if we called the police for anything,
Yeah.
they took 10 or 20 minutes to get there,
Yeah.
even though the police headquarters was only two minutes away.
I know, but their philosophy was, oh, it'll
Delay.
cool down. by
It'll
the time
cool
they-
down by the
yeah.
time we get there.
Either that or they've gone away, or yeah, yes.
I remember one big Aboriginal guy, he said to the others, in that circle that we saw photos of before, he says to them, how can you even talk to white people? He said, I hate them.
Yeah.
Well, he got drunk on methos one day, and he's coming down the street, and I'm walking home from lunch, back from lunch, and we met in the street, and he suddenly starts fuming up at me, and I said, Lord, help me here, I'm backing off as fast as I could go. And the people in the Angelarcus fish factory heard the ruckus.
All right.
And they came out and they formed an arc of angels behind me. They're standing there with their fish cleaning knives and hammers, and this guy just melted and walked away. But that was divine intervention.
Yes, yes.
God was with us all the time.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, boy.
And then we used to have occasionally the police would ring us up, they'd pick up somebody from the square dead. In the morning, and
one identification or something.
Yeah, ID, what we're going to do, and they'd keep the department would keep his body for a long while to try and see if there's anyone, and then they would ring us up and say, well, will you do a service in the mission church? So you do a funeral service, and the only people there was the staff, mission staff.
We went to many funerals, and often just us, we were the only people.
That's right.
Graveside burials, and not one friend, not one family member, just buried, unknown graves.
So sad. Always a sad time.
But it was nice to be the last friend for some people.
Yes, that's true.
The last friend. It was an honour. It was a privilege. Yeah, and I'm glad we had that experience. All the other work experiences I've had in my life, and there have been many, all over the world. Right Court stands out as one journey. And you, my brother, were a friend on the front line with me.